These two stacks together combined is representative of how much material we're going to be diverting from landfill every single minute. It's not just about doing something for the sake of being cool, but what do people actually need? So I'm Nava. I'm the head of brand here for Cycora. We're a material science company at our heart, where we've developed a new technology that can take end-of-life clothing, and through this new chemistry that we call molecular regeneration, we break it down to its base molecules to make new clothing out of old clothing. But the whole point of this is thinking about how to eliminate waste in fashion, how to stop sending our valuable material to landfill, and have material live in continuous loops, life cycle after life cycle. We have our science-based innovation lab where we are developing quite literally a new technology, a chemistry that is driven on thinking about how to reduce impact, how to actually break down these materials that are very complex. Here is some of the notebooks and whatnot showcasing literally Shay and Moby, our two co-founders, when they themselves were in the lab just experimenting all the time. We actually won the National Science Foundation grant at the time, which was the first funding for developing Cycora material. Here you start to see some of the very first yarns that are very much not perfect, but they're also really exciting because it showcased that all the work that we were doing can actually turn into real products. These worlds are often disconnected, so designers don't actually know about materials so deeply. How are we designing for end of life in mind? How are we designing for longevity of products? So this is our design studio. This is kind of our favorite part of the office when it comes to creative. And what's really cool about this is that this is kind of our starting point of being involved in the design process with some of the designers and the brands that we're working with, and are really interested in telling the Cycora story in a very beautiful way. Being on the brink of something very new, it's very easy to find ways to collaborate without getting hung up on little details. So the long-term orientation, people who are really thinking about change, that's kind of been our vetting process. From Ghani to Arc'teryx to Reformation. The ethos of Cycora is it's not continuing to silo the world in like the manufacturing environment and the people who shop and buy. When we give our clothing, you don't really know where that goes at its end of life. So how do you connect that back to like the new raw material and have that live on and on? You can think about designing with different types of functionality for easy disassembly and end of life, for it to be regenerated with as minimal of an impact as possible.